Guys, I want to get loud all of a sudden.
Do it.
Sorry, I'm gonna.
It's I knew it was coming.
I'm sorry, guys,
Can't
but I
hold 'em
need
back.
to do that.
It is. You feel like Poseidon chucking that bugger down in the water.
Sucking that bugger. Did you butt out that deer?
I did not butt out that deer, but the next one I get,
Okay.
it's getting its butt out.
Is that little Stevie out here in the back?
Drobop. Bow drop, I'm sorry. Drobop. Hello. Stay tuned. I'll be back after my seizure.
Every little chipmunk that was running around, everything's dead quiet, and I went like that. Just happened.
I saw what is in essence a nature-gasm.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sonic Campfire. You're listening to the Rut and River Pursuits podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Will.
It's Uncle Buck.
I'm Kyle.
This is Dave.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Dude, this is awesome.
It's been a beautiful day here today, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sunny
All right.
and 70.
We're just going to get right to it. We don't often get a chance to talk with local folks. And tonight
You're not even going to set it up.
I'm not even going to set it up.
in
We're
the
just
house?
going right into it.
Live.
We're just going right into it. We don't often get a chance to talk to local folks, and very rarely do we even get somebody in the studio. And we've got both tonight.
That's
and
true.
These are not just your ordinary outdoorsmen. These guys are big, right?
We wish.
Like-
we wish.
Oh, you're doing something, boys.
Yeah,
That's for
you're
sure.
doing something.
We're trying.
Yeah. So
You're out there doing it.
who do we got here?
We got Evan Martin.
And Dylan Horst.
Evan and Dylan.
It's from?
Where are you guys from?
717 Outdoors.
717 Outdoors.
717. Not to be confused with 717 Outdoors.
Right.
Oh, man.
We get.
Really?
They sell clocks.
That's a good date.
We got introduced at a banquet like that recently.
A couple times.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's awkward.
717.
You got to be
717.
kidding me.
Yeah, it's like
Anyway, 717. So you guys are local, right?
correct.
So,
Local to us. I mean, that's a relative term
yeah.
to our friends in Belgium and Lithuania.
Oh, good point. So tell us about 717. How did you get the name? Where did the name come from?
I don't know. Kind of his brother Kyle Martin, who's part of our group. Just we started a Facebook page, and he just kind of came up with the 717 name, and never really ran it past any of us, and it just kind of got started that way. So it's just kind of that local area we.
You guys want to be in my group?
Yeah. Yep.
Now that is our area code for, so it's 717 and then 3 numbers and 4 numbers. So
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I personally think that my brother Kyle just looked at his phone and saw those digits when he was texting us and just said, "I'm going to go with 717 Outdoors."
Yeah.
He's not the most creative guy.
No. And then it seemed like everything else was taken. So
Yeah.
So what do you guys do?
well, we kind of film. We just started the page roughly probably 4 years ago, and it was just kind of sharing our hunts, our photos and videos, and then we kind of shared other people's photos and videos, and we started filming more and more, and each year we continue to grow and just enjoy filming and trying to document our hunt and share it with people, and so that's kind of what we've been doing here lately.
Yeah, I think
Kind of sounds a little familiar.
And I think you're underselling it. We just kind of film a
we
little
just
bit.
film a little bit on
Just
the
get-
weekends when we have the
Just
chance.
here and there, we try
I
to
just
film.
fill up an SD card every once in a while.
Yeah.
You guys do a really nice job,
Thank you.
and you're putting out. Again, you know how we like to say we're making PA sexy.
Yep.
again.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys are doing it, and you're doing it a lot like guys that you see in the Midwest or out west. You're doing it right here in PA.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think like what Dylan said, our bread and butter, we got started with like the social media pages, getting together the local guys, because there's so many guys in this area of PA that hunt and fish and do all that, and the filming really took it into another gear the past couple years, and really trying to put out some quality videos.
And even when we got started, we would get together like women and watch The Bachelor, but we would watch Heartland Bowhunter. So I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yeah.
But we got together
Absolutely.
and guys' nights, and we'd watch Heartland Bowhunter, and we just fell in love with that style. I mean, you watch stuff from back in the day, and it was just, right to the tree stand, guy doing an interview, kills a huge buck. And, people just couldn't really relate to that stuff. So when you start watching Heartland Bowhunter and all the work they put in and film it and all that cool stuff. We were just in love with it, and that's kind of what got us going, is to kind of film like they do. And I mean, the first couple of years we put a lot of pressure on ourselves because we were trying to mimic what they were doing.
Right.
And you know, we struggled a lot, and we just kind of, a couple of years ago, we figured, hey, like, you know, we got to enjoy it and film how we want to.
So, what's some of your biggest hurdles? I mean, is it?
Well, for one, we
'Cause
love
it's
to hunt.
Yeah.
Like, you know, trying to get guys teamed up it's so much easier when you have a camera guy, but that one guy has to give up his day to film, and like,
Right.
that's probably our biggest struggle, is finding guys to give up time to hunt, because especially when the rut comes, everybody wants in a tree stand, and
Do you
no one
guys
wants behind it.
You guys do any like food, like food sharing? Like, so if one guy kills the deer on that day, do you guys share the deer, or it's just winner take all?
I don't know.
I think it's
if we've
kind of winner
shared
take
deer.
all.
Yeah.
I might give somebody a steak or something if they film me, but
Save it for jerky in the goose blind.
yeah,
but
goose
other than
blind.
that-
We do jerky, but
No, I think like what he said. Yeah, the whole filming thing, as far as a cameraman, is like the biggest hurdle, because like inevitably the quality of what we're going to be doing is better when you have somebody totally dedicated to filming that day.
Sure.
But
Absolutely.
inevitably we're all like super selfish in that we don't want to give up our time. So it really works when somebody kills in PA, fills their tag early, their buck tag early, and then we're like, all right, well, you're the cameraman for the rest of the year. So, and, you know, and as people fill tags, then we get some more cameramen. But
We would try to do that, but like DK hunts in like 7 countries, so he's like, you know, oh, I still got tags, guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way.
yep.
yeah, we deal with that too. Everybody goes somewhere, so it's like, oh, I want to. Can you film me? Like your PA tag's filled. It's the last week of the rut. Like, come film me. It's like, nah, sorry, we're going to Kansas.
Or you got like these clowns that tell me that they got this private spot that I'm not allowed to go, and then I go there and it's actually public land. That's out to Kyle and Jared. These guys tell me they got these private spots, and I go there one time. It's actually public land.
Yeah,
So
Come
there's
on,
7
guys.
of you.
Yeah, there's about 7 of us, and then there's
Yeah.
a couple extra guys that kind of help and film and stuff. So, but
Wow.
I would say this guy and my brother Kyle were kind of the ringleaders.
Okay.
They started it all, and then more and more of us kind of jumped on the bandwagon. So it's rare that we ever, like later in the season, like waterfowl and stuff like that. I think it's rare that we ever get like all 7 of us together. But you know, come some of those other hunts, we do try to get, you know, we get some cool hunts all together, and it's a big group of us.
yeah, that's probably the most fun part about it, is being able to, especially waterfowl hunt. I mean, we don't do it very often, but we enjoy it because we kind of joke around, have fun, and we're all together. Where deer hunting, it's like, you know, one guy's over here, one guy's over here. You don't get that interaction like we do when we're waterfowl hunting. So we love that part. But
I couldn't agree with you more. I love the social aspect of the waterfowl hunting compared.
You've always said that, but Yeah.
Well, I think that's how I was baptized into this group, and maybe that's again, like I like to look back on, you know, all the stories when I was fishing and hunting when I was 6. You know, I have fond stories of early memories with you guys, and maybe that's why.
I mean, I feel like I know
all about it.
all about your hunting when you were 6.
All 3 of the stories.
It's probably in Missouri too.
Maybe
It had a lot to do with Shell Knob.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna-
around that
The old
part.
show me
If you,
state.
if you want to go there.
we and when I have been on film with these guys has been in a duck blind, and those are fun days when you can.
oh yeah, we have a blast. But that's the one thing where we probably struggle the most, is trying to put a waterfowl video out, because somebody's holding the camera and you're shooting at a goose and they're not filming that one, or they're throwing the camera down and trying to shoot too. And, I mean, the way we shoot, you know, we need as many guns shooting as possible.
Yeah.
So
do you have like a guy that's kind of the clown behind the camera?
I would say Evan's probably the biggest clown behind the camera,
Really?
if anything,
Yeah.
especially when he's in his element. But
Yeah, I give some good like post hunt interviews where I'm all jacked up.
Yeah.
But the problem is I never like you're not going to see my face on like any of these videos because I don't get kills on camera.
well, you gotta tell him like what's your go-to post-interview after you miss a deer on camera.
Yeah, we
Like,
got to hear that.
within
what do you usually
seconds.
do?
I usually call my brother.
You call your brother, but who do you usually apologize to?
Oh, to him, because the past 3 years I've killed multiple buck, like while having the camera equipment there. I was self-filming, and inevitably, like each one either walked out of the frame or just had the feet in the frame, and immediately it was. I'm sorry, Dylan. I didn't get it on camera, but I just shot a nice buck, so I don't care. But yeah, it gets tough.
The struggle is real.
Yeah. Like we were talking a little bit earlier about like the struggle of like just getting stuff on camera, and I think I'm the worst of them all.
He is, but when it comes to quality, he's got some good quality. But when it comes to getting a deer on camera, this guy cannot do it.
I got some great B-roll though.
Captain
Good
B-roll.
B-roll, good B-roll, but no kill shots.
Yeah. We call those moments you're going to hear about that on Sunday.
Yeah.
The one deer I missed this year was the one that was perfectly in frame for video.
See, that's the funny thing is he hit one like 2 days after the season, and we never found it.
Oh yeah, no.
But you actually had that on the first day.
It was the first day I hunted this year. Perfectly in frame. I hit it and didn't find it.
Oh,
so
that's heartbreaking.
It is. So the one time it finally all comes together, and I screwed it up.
Oh, that's the way it always works.
Yeah, I know.
Was that late at night that happened?
You had a flashlight, didn't you? Spotlight, maybe?
No, it was first thing in the morning, man.
First thing in the morning.
It's called the
like
sun.
later in the
that
evening.
spotlight was the sun.
No. It was the first morning I was in a tree all year, and within like the first 30 minutes, had a buck come.
What
by.
about 2 years ago in Missouri, rifle season?
All right, that was early, but I swear I heard
Pretty
another
sure
shot.
we got a phone call, and it was maybe 10 minutes before shooting light.
No.
Sun comes up about 10 minutes early.
You know the
true,
rule.
that's true.
You know the rule in gun season. Like once you hear another shot, you're good. And I specifically heard at least one shot, maybe two. It was my biggest buck ever, too.
Were they your shots?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's do it, boys.
It's all time.
So, do you have a guy in the group that kind of hunts a lot, but doesn't tell you he's hunting until he gets back?
Yeah, or
Jared.
you see a
And then
picture
you see
on
like
social
pictures
media.
and stuff like that. Really?
Kyle's like that too, though. But probably Jared, but Kyle.
So
Kyle
like
can do that.
They're both
Kyle.
pretty sneaky.
Kyle.
Yeah, we have a
Kyle and a Kyle.
yeah we got a Kyle in our group too.
We have two.
Solid name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, those guys. Yeah, I think we all do it a little bit because it's not like we all hunt like the same property together. We all kind of have our own spots, but we team up and bounce around and all that. But inevitably, in the fall, we'll be like somebody will be working, and out of the blue we get a text or a Snapchat or something from somebody. And it's like, dude, seriously, you're in the tree and you didn't even mention anything to us.
Yeah.
Our friendships definitely get tested throughout most of the fall.
I mean, it's amazing that me and Kyle even hunt together anymore. I mean, when we were growing up, we used to always have competition, who killed the biggest deer or who killed the most deer, and we'd never talk to each other during hunting season. And now we're like best friends. But that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, making friends with the senior editor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah, I
be
think-
friends with me. 'cause
Yeah, we
I
do.
can make you look bad.
Yeah, that's true. Senior editor, only editor,
Only
Dylan
editor.
Horst.
So,
Most senior.
Most
Yep.
senior.
so how was your season this past
We
year?
actually had probably our best season we've had, especially when it came to filming. I had put down one early in September, and then another guy put one down first week of October. So we had 2 PA buck down pretty early, and then kind of had a couple weeks there. We went empty-handed, and then a guy filled one out in, I think, November in PA, and then we went to Missouri, and these guys had a heck of a season. Jared and Kyle both killed the same day. They killed a 142 and a 148.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think those are the two biggest bucks we've ever filmed on
Yeah,
camera.
Kyle's was big. And then we had 2 guys go out to Kansas, and one guy shot a muley, and Rick shot a pretty nice
Pretty nice.
whitetail.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we ended up having like 7 or 8 bucks kills on camera, which we had never done that before, even in all those years beforehand. So
I'm shaking my head because it's just that sounds like work.
It is.
It is.
a lot of
Mad
work.
work. Yeah.
Especially, like I said, like Missouri, Kansas. Like we're not like totally committed to this. Like, I don't know. You hear some guys on TV. It's like, all right, we did Pennsylvania. Now it's Kansas. Now it's Missouri, and like bounce all over. But like all of us have usually like one trip that we go on, and then, but when it gets into the heat of that, and like everybody's going every which way, it does get to be a pretty stressful time of year.
Yeah,
But it's fun.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So do you primarily focus on deer, or
Yeah, I would say deer's pretty much our main. I mean, we like to waterfowl, and we're starting to get more into turkey hunting, which has been always a struggle for us.
Yeah.
But deer hunting, and then we like the waterfowl part just because of the group. We have a lot of fun. I mean, even this year we tried doing some bow hunting with geese, and I think we got like 3 the one day.
Yeah, that was actually really fun.
It actually is a lot of fun.
The
so-
Tread Barda way.
Yeah.
Is this like recurve and?
No, it's
No, no, no.
compound.
Compounds, and we let them land.
We let them
it's
land.
fun.
Okay.
Get them,
Yeah.
It's
out
still
there.
awesome.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Like,
it's a
I'm
blast.
highly intrigued.
It's a different game, but
Are you
But it's
using
fun.
layout blinds to do
no,
that?
we actually use like
this
pop-up
year we
blinds.
used pop-up blinds. Before we just kind of makeshift stuff and like the tree line and stuff. But this year we used pop-up blinds, and it was a blast.
I
Just
hope
watch them come in and
Catfish. I
stuff.
hope Catfish listens to this.
Yeah,
Like,
we should pull up one of those videos.
How does that work?
Well, you get,
what do you mean?
I don't understand.
You pull back the bow butt and let the arrow fly.
yeah.
No. It being in a pop up blind. What do you do?
Oh no!
Oh,
Sorry,
no,
not
pop-up
not
blind.
pop-up
Ground
blind,
blind.
like,
Ground
like,
blind,
like
yeah,
a ground
ground
blind.
blind.
for-
Okay.
like a deer ground blind.
So you're still calling them in,
Yeah.
and then you fly up 100 miles an hour, pull back, and let it fly. And
No.
they're
in
a
a blind,
ground
sitting
blind.
in a
Like
ground
tent.
blind. You've
Ground
sat
blind.
in
The
tent blind.
You've sat in a ground blind.
Oh,
before.
a ground blind.
Oh, like a ground
that
blind on the
kind of ground blind.
Yeah, not one in the
Okay.
air.
Okay. What was I
Bless us.
thinking of? A layout blind.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm on antibiotics and cold medicine.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense now.
yeah,
I just had
and ice cream.
Mexican food, so
Oh, fair enough. So we're about the same
That
place.
balances
we're
out.
at the same spot now.
Sinuses are clear.
That's not the only thing that's clear.
So you're shooting from the blind.
We're shooting from the blind. So call them, get them to land in the spread, and you got to set up a spread that they'll land like relatively close to the blind. I mean, obviously that's always the goal, but especially with bow hunting, you got to kind of get that pocket going, and then wait till they land, and then from there it's like shooting anything out of a blind. Draw back, take a shot. They're not. I don't know. It's not the hardest thing in the world.
Well, the best part about hunting with a bow is usually they don't always scare off. So if you hit one or miss one, they kind of just flutter around or they don't know what's going on. So you get a couple shots. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The hardest part of it is like shot placement. Obviously, the vitals are so small, and you can hit feathers all day. But like the whole act of getting them to land it's just like any other waterfowl hunting.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
I'm picturing that video of the guy. It was like a viral video the other year of the guy who was chasing around a pheasant that had an arrow. Like he shot a pheasant
I
with
know
a
who you're
with a
talking
bow,
about, yeah.
and he's just running through the field after that
He
pheasant.
just whips his bow at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't had any of those moments. Yeah.
yeah, we made a lot of great memories goose hunting.
Oh yeah, catching memories.
Yeah,
Catching memories.
stringer full.
Oh yeah,
Have we ever hunted waterfowl with the bow?
No.
you gotta try. You gotta try.
It
at least
is fun to
once.
try, but I'll
We
be
usually
honest.
do it once.
Stevie,
Yeah.
have
Once
you
a
hunted
year.
waterfowl with a gun?
Have we ever hunted waterfowl with a bow?
Because you're still fishing in September.
Hey, there's nothing
That's
wrong
when it
with
gets
that.
hot.
That's the thing. You said we focus on deer. We do a little waterfowl hunting. We do a little predator hunting.
A little bit.
I mean, we do a little bit of it all. Filming wise, we focus on deer, but we got to start filming more fishing stuff. I'm trying to get this guy to come with me.
Hey, I've tried already a couple times,
I
but
know.
it's got
there's-
secret spots.
I mean, if you're fishing around here, you probably won't have to twist too many arms
There you
to
go.
get us out.
Yeah.
All right. Might have to find a new companion on the water.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
But be warned, it could affect your whitetail hunting. This last year, it was really tough for us to disengage off the smallmouth bass.
Ooh, I hear you.
It was
And
hard, yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Like, we got behind the 8-ball for a little while, I thought. You
I
know,
thought you were going to say, about the big hole and short drift and
Wounded knee.
wounded knee.
no, I mean the things that you have to be warned. Like if you catch a fish and you gotta, put a new Kitech on or something like that. If you turn around, this guy's Stevie's gonna be in your hole.
That's warning number 2.
Or DK.
It happened once
One
or
of those
twice
guys.
or
One of those guys.
Every
a
time.
dozen times, and now they never let me live it down.
He reminds me of Dan Fisher.
Ooh. Oh. We just threw another guy under the bus.
Sneaking
He
in the
sounds
back
like
door.
a real straight shooter.
Tell
Straight.
Tell us about Mr. Dan Fisher, guys.
Oh.
He's one of those that kind of, sneaks in the back door, a spot you had already, and
Yeah.
claims that he got it.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
And then he runs the show there.
yeah. Yeah.
I like
Sounds
this
like-
Dan fella.
Let's just make sure Dan doesn't listen to this. I'll
Yeah.
get a phone call.
Yeah. No, he'll like it. He'll
So
like it.
when you guys are lining up places to hunt, say PA, you mostly hunting public, hunting private, just door knocking. You see some good areas that you think would be good, or family farms. What's your?
I wish we had family farms,
I
but
really wish we had family
for
farms.
most of
but-
us, we all have maybe I would say one or two private spots like down in Chester County, and then we all have cabins. Like I got a cabin up in Sullivan and Bradford County, and they got one out in Potter. So there we do a lot of public land hunting. But I mean, we usually find our most success down in Chester County. But I mean, we've had a great time up in Potter and Sullivan County. So we love those big woods where you don't have to worry about kids out shooting the hoops and dogs running around and people yelling at you like, "What are you doing?" It's like I'm trying to hunt.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got a pretty good mixture.
They're
of
like,
both
how'd you find
public
me?
and
I'm in
private.
camo.
I just walked through a baseball field to find my tree stand.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I already had lady driving past the field, blowing the horn, yelling at the deer to run. It's like, really? Come on. Like, I'm going to shoot him anyway.
I feel your guys' pain. I did a lot of hunting in Montgomery County. Same,
Yeah.
same.
It's just,
Same deal.
There's people down there, they just don't get it. They don't want the deer everywhere eating their plants, but then they don't want you to shoot them.
All right. Well, there goes all our viewership from there.
All right, just a few Chester County
Yeah.
people.
Stevie and I were on a great hunt until my neighbor's carpenter decided to start up the table saw.
I swear we were hearing deer behind us, and then all of a sudden it's.
And
That was actually spot on. That sounded like a table saw.
I've practiced that sound
I'm sure, yeah.
for a while now. Yeah, he was fixing it. Who fixes a deck in, well, it was September, right?
Probably the same.
Who's
7
working on a
a.m.
deck in September at 7 a.m.?
on a Saturday.
I'll tell you who.
On a Saturday.
that's
same-
what they make Sundays for.
The same guy that takes 2 hours to cut his quarter-acre yard when you're sitting in the tree stand. That same guy.
Yep.
That's who it is.
What a jerk.
Sharpen your blades.
Yeah. Come on, buddy. No need to double cut.
Use a sickle next time.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
That's the one.
But on top of videos, you guys also kind of are pretty active in the local hunting community a little bit too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we try to. We go around to some events. We were at Mount Calvary Church probably end of February, I guess it was. And then,
Not too far away from here.
yeah, not
Correct,
too far away.
correct.
We go to that. We went to that event. That was pretty fun. Get to meet a lot of local people and interact with them and talk hunting. And then we were at Yoder's Banquet Hall, and they had Christian Berg. I guess it
Christian
was.
Berg, writer and editor for Peterson's Bow
Yeah.
Hunting. Got to meet him. He was pretty sweet. And then this just last weekend, we were at a show in
Wagontown Chapel.
near Coatesville, PA.
Okay.
And
Got to hang out with Hank Parker.
Hank Parker was there.
So-
He's
nice.
pretty cool dude.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we haven't really done like anything like real beneficial for our local people besides give them content. But I mean, that's always something we've always, thought about doing is
Yeah.
taking out a kid or.
But your
You know.
Facebook page is created a forum and an environment for everybody to come together
Oh yeah, that's
in your area.
I think-
You've brought hunters together, though. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things that we. I mean, like obviously, kind of selfishly, we're really pushing the filming and the videos and like we enjoy that side of it. But definitely part of our bread and butter is the social media pages and outlets for local guys. I mean, and I enjoy it, just as much every fall, seeing what people are getting, what people are killing. Whether it's, I mean, obviously a lot of deer get posted, but all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and I think sharing, the locals, their hunts and their kills, and especially a lot of kids, like, I mean, they'll send us in photos and they just love to see their stuff being posted up where 2,000, 3,000 people get to view a buck that they shot instead of just their, family members or friends. So, the kids love that stuff too. So,
just like up there with the big guys doing.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, and I think that as a community, it's something we're also pushing for, and I'd like to partner with you guys at some point, in some
Yeah.
of these local shows and stuff.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know that I kind of got a little bit of behind the scenes look at a couple of these little shows, and I know they're just extremely grateful for whatever we put together and however we can help them out. The promoters, and a lot of them have a reason for the show, some kind of charitable donation or some kind of charity that is, kind of the show supports that. And, and I think it's just going to make us stronger as a community as a whole.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we love too. Is we were at what show was that in Lancaster, at the business center?
We were at the sheep show.
The sheep show, and they had.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes, I mean we got to volunteer there, and they had.
That wasn't. We didn't have a booth. We didn't have like our stuff. We were helping out with.
What is the sheep show?
Yeah. It's like the
national. I'm not even going to try and say.
I'm not even going to. We're going to butcher it either way. But
it's like the Rocky Mountain Sheep Foundation.
Yeah, it's the Sheep Foundation.
It's like the equivalent of like the National Wild Turkey Federation.
Gotcha.
For sheep.
I thought it was like some, farming co-op.
That was the one that Eva Shockey was at, right?
Yeah, she was there. She was there.
Correct.
Deke would know.
Yeah.
Evan was trying to get a photo.
Deke was
with her,
actually
weren't you?
there.
No.
I'm happily married.
Yeah, but that was great.
Take it easy, Panda Bear.
Calm down. But no, that was great. There was a lot of kids there, and they had the little BB gun.
Yeah,
we got to help kids.
We were running the BB gun
so
range.
we enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
Being able to interact with kids.
It was cool, and like the surprising thing, I was asking a bunch of the kids that came up, like, "Have you ever shot a BB gun before?" And I was expecting, like, yeah, these kids are at this type of show, but there was a ton of them that said no.
No.
And then there was a ton of them that like loved it.
Yeah, we had that one girl come back.
Yeah,
probably
she just kept like coming back.
times.
We're like, you got to let other kids try this, and she just like
But
kept
she
coming
loved
back,
it.
and she
Yeah.
loved it. And all we did was like put a BB gun up at like, I don't know, 5-10 yards. They shoot a couple shots at a target, and then we gave them the target, and they were like loving it.
Oh
yeah.
And it was awesome to see.
We did. We've done that with NWTF at the Kinsey's Kids Day, and it's exactly the same thing. They've never shot guns before, but they're hitting paper, and it's just they're just eyes lit up, and it's good stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially in this day and age with kids playing video games and stuff like. And not getting outdoors and like bringing that whole family and the kids there and being able to share that with them and show them what it's about. It's awesome to see that, especially when they didn't grow up in hunting or know anything about guns or anything, and they get to.
Yeah, I mean, those things that kind of warm your heart the most is like, honestly, like this single mom, just came up to us and said how just. She grew up in it. All her brothers and her, dad, uncles, they all had this outdoor lifestyle, and she, just kind of found out about the Kinsey's Kids Day, and wanted to expose, her son, and it was. I didn't go to and expect it to be that kind of that touching.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we really do make a difference at times.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
That was.
That's the awesome thing. Like, I feel like you guys and even ourselves are in awesome positions to not say that we're local celebrities, but kind of provide that presence there that,
that vehicle.
That we're relatable and we're not some big hot shot. We're just, everyday guys.
That's one thing we really love is like, I mean, I got guys at work or so, and their kids, like, they're telling them about how, a video we put up and they're watching it and they want shirts or hats or whatever. So it's just awesome to see, even the young generation really getting into it and following us because, nowadays you lose a lot of that. So it's awesome to see that.
Yeah.
Speaking of shirts, we did bring shirts for people, but we didn't know how many people were going to be here. So,
so one might go home shirtless.
Yeah.
It's all
or
good.
you're going to have to fight for it.
Either way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely.
So, how can people watch 717 Outdoors?
Ooh, good question. So this is our big kick right now. We just signed a deal with Carbon TV.
Shut your mouth.
You heard it here
Stop
first.
it.
Holy
Bang.
buckets.
Another R2 exclusive.
Oh boy.
I think it's already been exclusive.
It's not really exclusive.
That's
It was
right.
it launched we launched like last week? 2 weeks ago.
Just lie to us and tell
Okay.
us.
All right,
Tonight
we're launching tomorrow.
we're launching tomorrow. Check it out.
7 p.m.
Oh, we got to tell them about the Campbell's gig too.
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
get to that.
yeah,
we'll get to that. But no, Carbon TV, for people that are listening that don't know what it is, it's basically like a streaming app and streaming website for outdoor shows, hunting shows and all that. They got some cool stuff on there. The Heartland Bowhunter guys got some stuff on there. Waddell's on there. They got some big name stuff, and then they also have
Us.
No, and they have some smaller name stuff. But we actually reached out to them and just said, like, what would it look like to get, have our content with you guys? And we went through a little application process, and they checked out our stuff and thought, yeah, it's going to be it would be a good fit. And from there, that was actually like last year, so we kind of had the pressure on to produce like an actual season with actual episodes.
It was kind of surprising because at first when we messaged them, we were like, then like we're not gonna get on, and they're like, hey, like send us stuff. We're like, oh, we don't really have anything, but we'll get you something.
I mean, we have stuff, but like we were doing like mashup videos and like highlight
Yeah.
videos up until this point, and then this year it was like, all right, well, we got this thing going with Carbon. We need to basically produce a season, and like we were saying, we had a lot of success this year, which really contributed
Couldn't
to
have happened at a better time.
It was perfect
That's
timing.
perfect.
And so
That's so cool.
So if you go on carbontv.com, you can search us 717, or I think the website's carbontv.com/717-outdoors.
Okay.
It's a slash and then a dash.
So,
But
yeah.
Slash the dash.
slash the dash. But they also have a mobile app, so you can download that onto your phone and follow along right on your phone, streaming stuff. It's all free.
Is it, I was just gonna ask, is it free?
Yeah, it's all
It's the
free.
best part. It's free.
And yeah, we do get a little kickback.
That's so
from
cool.
that.
That's got to make you feel
Yeah,
pretty
that's-
awesome, right?
That's like
That's
this-
kind of where we felt like we kind of like finally broke through. It's like
Yeah.
before it was like, I mean, there was times where we almost gave up. Like, is this worth it? Like, we were putting a lot of stress on ourselves and all this filming. I mean, carrying all these backpacks with camera gear. I mean, I go up to deer camp, everybody's making fun of me. Like, what, you taking an extra backpack and camera? What, you think you're a celebrity? And it's like, and then I show them video. Yeah.
I'm trying here, Dad. Get off my back.
But then you show them stuff and they're like, dude, that's so awesome. But-
Dad, I'll show you.
I'll show you, Dad. I'm going to be on the Outdoor Channel.
Self-taught. No thanks to you, Dad.
That's not true. My dad did teach me, and I think he likes our videos.
Oh, no doubt. He'll make fun of me, but then he wants me to film him. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, oh, okay.
Like,
I see how this
when
works.
can you do an episode with me? It's like, Dad, you got to hunt.
Or not kill a little deer.
We don't do bike riding episodes.
We could start.
Yeah, we could. No, definitely the Carbon TV thing is huge for us, and it was something we were working towards, and this season really just worked out for us to get it all together, and we're on there now. And as of last week, we were like the 12th most popular show on there for the first
for a week.
For the first week.
Really?
For a week.
But that's probably mostly because we were just sending people there left and right.
Yeah.
But
It'll
Keep
die
doing
off.
it.
It'll
Yeah.
die off.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's
don't
definitely a
stop.
thing. I mean, we still have stuff going on YouTube. We don't have all the newest stuff on YouTube right now. All the first 6 episodes of season 1 are exclusively on Carbon. At some point, we'll release those on some other places. But then, yeah, our Facebook, we got a bunch of stuff. Instagram, all that good stuff. All the normal social media outlets have all our stuff. But
So how many
Carbon's
episodes
definitely
are on Carbon?
6.
Yeah,
Six. 6 episodes. And how long are they roughly?
I want to say the shortest is probably maybe 9 to 10 minutes, and the longest is probably about 15 minutes or so.
So you just say 10 minutes. So there's
Yeah.
60 minutes basically now. How much filming went into getting that 60?
Well, for some of the guys, not much, but for some of us, it was a lot.
How much
I mean,
editing, I guess. That is.
Yeah. So the less footage you have, it usually tends to be more editing work because it's trying to build a story with nothing.
Yeah.
And piecing stuff together, and it's amazing. You don't always think about when you go out there hunting, what all to get. You're just like, oh, I'll do an interview, I'll get a couple shots here and a kill shot, and you're good. But then you go back to edit, it's like, dude, there's nothing here.
So you do all the editing?
I do, yeah, pretty much all of it.
He's the one and only.
Did you go somewhere?
He's not the one and only.
Did you
You're doing
watch
it
a
too.
YouTube video and then just start editing, or did you
It just kind of like through the years. I mean,
self-taught?
we started with like GoPro Studios, with like you get a GoPro, they get that free, and trying to work through that, and then eventually got up to like Premiere Pro, which is a little more what most people use in the
most
outdoor
people are
industry.
Adobe
And
Premiere.
thankfully for me, I do shoot some wedding videos here through
Yeah,
that.
he's
so
got a
that
little.
kinda
He's got a little side hustle with
helps
that.
pay for my camera equipment and that program, and so I just kind of self-taught, I guess you could say.
I
Wow.
told myself, like, good on you, first of all.
It's tough. It's tough.
Because I said, I'm going to do this, but like I got real cocky and kind of arrogant. I'm like, I'm not doing weddings and bat mitzvahs. And,
Yeah.
and
Have you done any bat mitzvahs?
Not
Bat
yet, but
mitzvahs?
I am hiring. So if anybody has one, I'm taking.
I'm taking it.
He's looking for work for 20.
I'm looking for work.
2018.
Got a pretty open book here, except for
Phil,
November.
let's host a bat mitzvah so that we can get him some work.
We
Yeah,
could
there
do
you
that.
go.
And and the great thing, like about mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs is they also happen outside of the hunting season.
Oh, I wouldn't even know that.
Unless
because they're on birthdays, around birthdays.
True. That's true. They do. I was going to say the wedding thing though. That can be a point of contention.
It can run into
Who
the fall.
schedules a wedding in October or
I won't
November?
go.
They shouldn't.
Dude,
People
they
who
should
don't want me
not.
to be
And
there.
I scheduled a wedding and a birth of a child around hunting season.
What is your deal?
I have a great birth of child story that my brother.
Oh, jeez. Back to Kyle.
Because 9 months before November, the heat of the rut, he could not keep it in his pants. He
February.
yeah.
Did he make a February baby?
Yeah,
He
one of
made
those
a February
Valentine's
ba-
babies.
Valentine's Day got the best of him.
Oh, man.
It's gonna kill you.
Oh, I know, but it's like one of the happiest moments of my life because of
You killed your biggest buck.
I
'cause he
killed my
couldn't go to
biggest
Missouri.
buck ever because he could not go to Missouri because
And you sat in his stand.
he was going to have a child, and I think she was actually born like 2 weeks after we got back. But he couldn't go, so naturally I took his spot in Missouri. Naturally. Hunted hard. First day of gun season then. Shot my biggest buck ever.
And I doubt you ever remind him of that.
Oh, I remind him every day. Up until this season, I reminded him.
bud.
Yeah.
Remember I shot a buck in Missouri?
Yeah. Hey, remember that? Remember that buck I saw? Remember that buck I killed? That should have been yours. But I actually, I got the taxidermist to do up one of those little nameplates next to it, and I called it the Hadley buck because his daughter's name is Hadley. So it hangs in infamy next to that mount.
Touche.
Yeah.
That was assault on the wound. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I can't give him too much of a hard time. He killed a good one this year.
That's great.
Some taxidermic ground and pound.
One thing I love about you guys, following you on social media, watching some of your videos, is you're not just bow hunters. You're kind of the same way that I am. I'm an opportunistic hunter. You know, if I didn't fill my tag in archery season, I'm going to use what's legal for the next season. I'm not going to keep using my bow. And I just find that great. Like, is that on purpose or is it just...
I think that's just in our blood as a PA hunter. I mean, I think you watch the outdoor show and so many people are like, oh, you got to, Orange Army, they make fun of you, or they got to use a bow, you're more of a man. But, people in this area, I mean, we grew up. I mean, I grew up in PA doing deer drives. And, I mean, I've had some of the best memories with my deer camp is pushing out deer and shooting them. And, I mean,
absolutely,
it might not feel the same as killing a nice buck with your bow or something, but we have so many great memories. I don't know
what you mean. Like any opportunity feels amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
I think we, but like you said, opportunistic in the fact. I mean, if it's bow, I think we really love bow hunting, and if it's bow season, we're gonna hunt with our bows. But yeah, gun season rolls around, we're gonna gun hunt.
Hey, if I don't got a buck in gun season, I'm taking out.
Oh, absolutely.
Taking a rifle out.
And if we don't have a buck in gun season, we're gonna go out with the flintlocks.
Yeah. So we try to
do
hunt
the whole
as much as we
spectrum.
can.
If I have a tag left and it's an open season, I'm gonna use whatever that season is.
Yep.
Definitely.
The other thing I kind of going off of that I like that what we do is like obviously we're trying to shoot good mature deer and we're trying to we try and we try to manage what we can that we're shooting good deer, but we also haven't taken it to the extreme of we're only shooting 180s and up and like that's I mean we still shoot
Just
some
don't.
PA
I mean
some
80
PA
inches
buck.
walks by on me, I'm it's hard not to shoot.
Yeah,
So
you know how they look when they like turn and start walking away, and
You
it's
know
like,
how they look in there.
Yeah, exactly.
It tastes pretty good no matter what.
They all look the same in there.
Yeah.
In the freezer,
Yeah, I think that's one thing with the outdoor industry is they try to make it seem like you're less of a hunter if you're not shooting a bow or if you're shooting deer that are younger than 4.5 or less than 140. And I think a lot of people in this area tend not to watch shows like that because it's pretty unreastic to how we hunt.
Yep.
So
those people haven't hunted in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I know.
Bring those cats here.
I think one that the Yoder's
Christian
Bank
Berg.
with Christian Berg was talking about, if you take any PA hunter out to the Midwest, they'd probably show those guys up because PA is probably one of the hardest states to hunt in.
Yeah, he did a great talk about that because he's from PA, and he did a good thing of PA hunters have it more difficult just because of high hunter density, and everybody knows that. Like QDMA comes out with that map every year of hunter density, and Pennsylvania is always bright red.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest one.
But he was saying overcoming those obstacles makes some PA hunters like some of the best hunters around.
Yeah.
Now, some people might laugh at that, but I think
especially when they're waiting for that bigger buck too. I mean, it's sometimes I would find it very hard to. I'm not going to pass up
Oh, I
a
mean,
4-point buck that walks in front of
Opportunity
me
and
in this state.
opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, we're lucky to have, maybe 2, 3 opportunities. Some guys, are avid hunters and haven't killed a buck yet. So it's just something that opportunity knocks. You got to be taking it. And in this area and this, and it depends. I mean, if you have 5 180-inch deer, good on you. I'm glad you can do that, and that's great. But most people, it's just completely unrealistic.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the thing is, in PA, you're hunting public land. If you pass up a buck that is just so legal, somebody else is going to shoot it. You know what I mean? So you're not really doing a whole lot.
No.
Because somebody else is going to get it.
You're saving it for 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
Majority of hunters I found don't understand the hours and hours of footage that it takes to make that 15-minute episode, regardless of the size of that deer. They don't even understand the sheer work that goes into putting together a 10-minute episode that you guys put together.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of those hunters out Midwest. I mean, they do have it pretty nice hunting a big farm where you can manage deer. But those guys that do produce a show, I mean, your paycheck is on the line if you're not killing. So you're managing deer and you're shooting big buck, but you're putting in a lot of work throughout the year of filming and tree stands and food plots. So there's a lot of work that goes into it that you don't get to see all the time.
It's like, I mean, for what I've researched and some of the things that I've done, it's over 60 minutes of footage to have 1 minute of published footage.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's so much. So
I was gonna say, have we ever crunched the numbers on that stuff?
No, we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a lot because I've said inevitably 100 times tonight, but there's always going to be all
inevitably you're going to say it again.
Yeah, I know.
Now that you called it out,
yeah, I know.
I'm going to pay attention.
But there's so much footage of, up until the point we kill. Like, we're filming and it's something that it took us a while to get to, but we've got to approach every sit film like it's going to be an episode, which is really tough. Even if things are going poorly and you're like, I'm just turning the camera off. Well, if that happens to be the night that you get something and you don't have any additional footage, you're like, it screws the show or the hunt for that thing. So if you're filming like you're going to make a show or make an episode every time you're in the woods, and we're in the woods a lot, you end up with this just massive footage that you got to start whittling down at the end of the season and kind of figuring out a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some guys have more footage than others.
What's the worst? You don't have to call out names, but what's the SD card that comes in and you're just like, what the?
The worst is some of those SD cards that come in, and it's like you got 10 to 15 different days, and on each day there's 3 clips. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this? You got 3 or 4 clips each day. It's like, and then the one day you kill, it's like kill shot, interview, and a couple here. That's the hardest when you're trying to put a story together and not jumble it around and have 15 days of hunting in one little episode, and people are getting confused at what they're watching. That's probably the hardest.
Yeah.
6 different shirts.
Yeah. Exactly. I think the other, just
or your
general,
skyline, you had a really cloudy day, bright sunny day.
Next shot, it's
B-roll.
bluebird. Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is 3 different days.
I think one thing, just overall difficulty, is that whole cameraman filmer thing that we're working through. I enjoy being a cameraman, but I discovered something that's pretty bad this year, that I'm the worst mouth breather when I'm filming.
Oh my God. Dude, even when he's not hunting, he's the
when
cameraman.
I'm not
he's just
filming, it's just
Will loves mouth breathers.
I hate mouth breathers and nose whistlers.
Yep.
both of which happen while I'm tucked in behind a camera trying to film this buck that's coming in. There was one particular hunt this year that
Jared's buck.
We didn't actually shoot the deer. It busted us at 40 yards. And
it could have been from your breathing.
And it might have been from my breathing.
It was so loud.
It was so bad.
I'd be that guy on our crew.
Yeah. And we're listening to it afterwards, and Jared's like, you're not even the one hunting. And I'm there in there, I'm just
It's the camera's shaking.
Camera's shaking.
It's
and
just,
yeah, exactly. It's what is that?
It's so hard because you're you're there's times where you got that nice long elongated breath going in and out, and you're just trying to be stealthy and quiet, and then you get distracted. you're just not going to be focused on your breath anymore. And you go back to the way you normally are, and it's just amplified a million times because these mics are so sensitive.
Oh, and like with us, like it just seems like a lot of those deer come in the back door, catch you off guard, and your cameraman's trying to, make this good for the hunter, and you're trying to get focused and trying to find the deer in the woods, and they're moving quick. Just not like it would be when you're hunting out west and on a big food plot and he comes in, you can calm down and relax.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I'm just going to take an easy shot here. It's
like a few seconds of just absolute chaos.
Oh, yeah,
to get it
the
all
camera's all
coordinated.
shaky and trying to find the deer. And
having said that, would you say being the cameraman is harder than being the shooter?
I don't know. I mean,
which takes more discipline, guys?
I think being a cameraman is tough. It can be a lot of pressure on you because like his hunt is in your hands and trying to get it. I mean, heck, there's guys that have already accidentally hit the record button twice and missed a kill shot or something. Or you just never know.
I don't know which one's more difficult because in the end, like the hunter still has to make that shot.
Yeah,
but it's equally.
But then
as
again, you
challenging.
might have to be that guy that hits the record button only once.
That's right. Can't double tap.
Yeah, but also the cameraman has to move to get the footage.
Correct.
Oh yeah, and trying to be sly about it.
Yeah. I mean, like it's a lot less movement to pull up to aim than it is to catch all the footage.
Oh yeah.
And the microphone's closer to the cameraman, so the whole mouth breathing thing makes it a little tougher.
Whatever you got to use as an excuse.
Yeah.
What are you guys running for cameras?
Most of our guys have just like a camcorder. It's the Canon XA20.
Yeah.
So we actually had tied up with Camel Cameras last year, I want to say. We got on their pro staff, and they have been an awesome camera company for us. Great people to work with, and they pretty much specialize in hunting equipment so if you're looking for a package for whitetail, I mean, they have different packages laid out from anywhere like a $500 budget all the way up to maybe $3,000 or $4,000. And so we go through them a lot for our cameras. So a lot of our guys have used those cameras. We started using a lot more DSLR camera styles like the Canon and Sony for second angle or the B-roll footage. And then we usually use like GoPros and stuff for just any little action shots or put it on your bow. Or I mean, they're great for whatever.
Yeah. And then you're shooting with that Sony DSLR for your main footage too, mostly.
Yeah, so
right?
I kind of switched out just to go to all DSLR. I kind of like that style. I mean, it's a lot tougher to self-film because I got to focus the lens and stuff like that. But I just really like how has that cinematography look to it.
Yeah. Which one are you?
It's a Sony A7S, the 2.
Yeah.
So I love that camera. It does great slow motion and it's great quality. So
low light on that's ridiculous.
And the low light is great. Yeah.
Going back to the Campbell's thing, I just feel like we got to share this because it's like probably the one other than the carbon thing. It's like the thing I'm most pumped about. But they reached out to us to do a commercial spot for them.
They did
for Outdoor Channel, Sportsman Channel, and Pursuit.
Nice.
So it's airing now-ish.
Yeah, this Saturday.
That's awesome, guys.
On the Pursuit Channel during the Zone hunting show. It's like 9:30 to 10. So in between that time slot, and then I think next week, if you ever watch Hunt Masters, they're on like Monday nights. It'll be played during Hunt Masters for like 2 weeks, and then I think like Trained Assassins on the Sportsman's Channel.
There's a couple different shows, but
at some point it'll be played there.
Yeah, we did a short. It's only a 15-second spot, but they reached out to us, and it was like you said, we have a great relationship with Campbell Cameras, and really like to keep working with them going forward. But the whole thing of like, we're going to have something, and your face is on it, my face isn't, but on the Outdoor Channel, it's like, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Pretty sick.
We were really pumped about that.
So are they still doing the competitions?
They did last year, but I haven't seen them. Well, I want to say the one guy had left that had kind of ran that competition.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you were out to hunt with them this past year.
When we had made pro staff for them, or whatever you want to call it, they had a little commercial shoot that they were using just as advertisement on social media, and thankfully, we have a lot of followers because they voted us in. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have made it. But we ended up getting a free hunt going out to Illinois. We were out there for late season muzzleloader. So we had a great time. They were great hosts and a blast.
What happened out there, Dylan?
It was a close call.
Define close call.
Did you get hurt, bud?
No, not quite.
Did you miss?
My heart was hurt.
Was it?
No, I did not. I didn't shoot, unfortunately. They had a standard of if it was an 8-point, it had to be over 125. If it was a 9 or bigger, it had to be 140. And the last morning we saw one real nice. I mean, he was tall and he was real thin. He was young. You could tell he was probably about a 3.5-year-old, but he just kind of skirted through the woods. Of course, the only deer that didn't come into the food plot. And I would have said he was probably close to 140, but he was just really thin. And they were all about shooting mass and mature deer, and we just kind of let him walk. And, you know, later we watched the video, and here he was missing, like, his part of his leg, and they're like, oh, man, we should take that one out, you know?
Yeah, thanks.
Of course, like, we could tell he was limping, but we just could not tell that his leg part was missing halfway down. And if we would have known that, if he would have came out of the food plot, it probably would have been a different story. But it's kind of hard one to swallow. But we had fun. It was a great time. So
You did that with Campbell's?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had us come out
property.
there and hunt on their property. It
So
was great.
plug them real quick. How do people
You can
get
go
in touch with them?
They have Facebook and website at www.camelcameras.com. And
Okay.
you know, I mean, they have a great site that you can go, and they have whitetail packages.
I mean, you can
and
get
turkey
any
packages, and
any camera equipment you'd need for the hunting industry is on there. Camera arms.
that's the
But
thing.
that's who you guys use.
Yeah,
That's
we
who you're
use them a
partnered
lot.
with. Awesome.
And yeah, I mean, you go when we started, we didn't know where to look. You didn't know about camera arms. We didn't know about tripods or cameras or lighting, and they have all that there. And I mean, you send them a message, and they'll respond right back to you. And if you give them kind of a budget, they'll tell you, you know, what you're looking for in that budget. And they helped us out a lot getting started. So they were great people to work with. So
Very cool. Very cool.
We are starting to bump up against time, and I have to jump in here and ask my favorite question of guests, and mine and Catfish, in lieu of Catfish not being here. So here goes, guys.
Oh boy.
What is your bucket list hunt? You guys have hunted deer and some turkey here. What's your bucket list hunt, guys?
I think Evan's going on my bucket list hunt here soon. But I would love to go out to like Colorado or something and do an elk hunt.
Maybe Evan will have a baby.
Maybe. Get started.
Thanks to Kyle Martin, I have a better understanding of timing.
But yeah, I would love to go out west. And we got a buddy that goes out there, and he's always on me to go with him. But it just seems like I always got whitetail in my mind.
And you want the traditional, like, pack in, like,
Yeah, I would
ride
love to
in
do
on a
it.
horse and...
do it with a bow, and you know, you make a lot of memories, and there's always that chance you could come home pretty empty-handed, but it would be a blast. I mean, those guys have a lot of luck out there, so I would love to kill a nice elk.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know specifically if there's a bucket list hunt I want to do. I am doing Colorado this year for elk and mule deer.
Bass fishing with Stevie.
Yeah,
There you go, bass
yeah.
Let's do it.
Dude, anytime you want to go to the Susquehanna, I'm in.
Next Thursday.
Let's go.
Dude,
You're off.
I'm actually off.
You're off
I'm gonna
work.
be in
Oh,
between
man.
jobs.
You said it. We got it recorded.
Wow.
You mean
too.
Wednesday?
What?
You off on Wednesday?
He's
Oh,
off.
I'm off all
He's
next
off
week.
2 weeks.
What?
2
What?
weeks.
I'm in between gigs. But
I dig it.
no, I think I'm doing Colorado this year, which has been high on my list. Not with a bow, with a gun. But other than that, I'm not sure what my bucket list hunt would be.
Sounds pretty good, anyways.
Yeah.
Colorado, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah,
That's
that's
definitely.
awesome.
I mean, I do think like a Alaskan I don't know,
Anything?
Alaskan anything hunt would
That
be
would be
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Or like
I could go hunt squirrel in Alaska,
Yeah.
and I'd feel thankful.
Yeah.
Go
that'd
hunt
be
an
sweet.
Alaskan.
yeah.
Do they even have squirrel in Alaska?
Snow squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, snow squirrels.
Yeah.
Right along with the water pheasant,
Sea grouse.
sea grouse, and water
Yeah.
pheasant.
There you go.
I haven't
They're
hunted
big up
them
there.
since they took away lead shot.
Oh, boy.
Terrible.
Those were the days.
So what's next for 717?
Ooh.
I say just we're trying each year to continue growing and trying to make better videos and be a better storyteller and put stuff out that people want to enjoy to watch, I think, and is relatable. That's probably our biggest mission, is just to keep doing what we're doing and keep growing. So
Yeah, we're definitely in the growing stage. I mean, at some point, like in the back of our minds, I think like a TV spot would be cool, but I think that's a long way off at this point. So
Well, it's not that far off because I just downloaded the Carbon TV app in about
There you
half
go.
a second
Exactly.
and found your episodes on there in another half a second.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to do. So download Carbon TV.
yep, you got to go and watch. Gotta watch.
Search us 717 Outdoors. 6 episodes, more to be released soon.
I'd say we got
Editor man?
maybe 2 episodes coming
Magic
out probably
man?
in a couple weeks, and then maybe some turkey stuff if we can,
If we can kill a
if we
turkey.
can get it together.
Did you guys ever kill turkeys?
We have, yeah, but not really on film.
That's not where we're
We
at.
have the film part, just not the killing.
Yeah.
maybe one or two, but that's about it.
It's tough.
Caught a lot of memories in that turkey feed.
Oh, yeah. I broke a shotgun last year, chucking it at a tree.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Got pretty rough.
That sounds
Holy
like a,
buckets.
It got pretty.
that sounds.
I mean,
like
it still works. but
Sounds
yeah,
like a big
I
turkey.
I threw it at a tree.
sounds like a teaser to get you guys back on to tell that story.
Oh boy, that was a rough day.
Yeah. I wasn't there.
Of course not. It was our man turkey weekend.
So, guys, where can they find additional information about you guys and the content that you're producing?
I guess our biggest stuff is Facebook. That's pretty much what we're on the most and checking. We do have a website and Instagram that you can go to, 717 Outdoors and stuff. But pretty much if anybody ever wants to get to know us more or check our stuff out and maybe interact with us more, Facebook's probably the place that we are the most active.
Facebook's definitely it. We're working on the website. It's there, but it needs some tweaking. Instagram too. Reach out, send us messages, whatever you want. We got a little Facebook shop that if you guys or if anybody wants gear or hats or stuff like that, we can get all that on our Facebook shop. But and the Facebook will direct you to Carbon. But Carbon's the big stuff for actually watching the episodes. That's the place to go.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's huge.
Yeah,
That's
thank
really
you.
awesome.
It was definitely a big breakthrough for us, and we're pretty pumped about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an honor.
Next to this.
Have you guys
This is also really
Hey,
fun.
first time on a podcast?
Yeah.
Pretty big deal for you guys. I get it.
We appreciate you guys coming down and
Hey, we're glad we
Yeah,
spent
spending some time with us, especially live in studio.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for having us. Keep following along. We'll definitely have to do this
Team up
again
here.
or get something together. It would be fun to.
Well, like one of the coolest parts is we are mobile. So if we see you guys at a show, we'll be able to use our mobile setup and record something. Even if it's a little bit of short content, we can add it into something bigger. So we'll definitely keep our eyes out for.
Do one from like the turkey blind sometime.
There we go.
There. Yeah, definitely.
we can absolutely.
As we just finished up talking about how poorly we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
We
need
may not shoot any turkey that day, but we'll make some more memories. So.
Exactly.
We definitely make memories.
Yeah.
Just not killing.
All right, Phil, let's kick this pig. Where can they find us?
Oh, you would have to ask Phil that question. They can find us at RuttenRiverPursuits.com, at Rutten River Pursuits Podcast
on YouTube.
on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then
iTunes,
Stitcher, Castbox,
Google Play.
Whoa,
Libsyn.
keep it coming, boys.
SoundCloud, you got that?
No, we're not on
No,
We should be though.
No.
I'll get on
There
that.
you go.
I'll get a guy on that.
and then,
And then you can find us on Facebook and on Instagram and on
Twitter.
All our social media
Yeah.
properties. We're everywhere.
Follow us all individually too. Hey, and another thing, if you could go and give us a review on iTunes, we would love that. Maybe Phil will even read it. If
no,
it's good.
don't threaten him with that. That does not help.
It does
help.
not
No.
inspire people to do that.
Don't do that. I promise you, Phil will not read your review.
Yeah.
I hope that inspires you to go leave a review. Give us a
In the
5-star
review,
rating.
tell us whether or not you want Phil to read it. So
There you
that'd
go.
be
Yeah.
great. Thank you so
That's
much, guys.
perfect.
I'd be willing to do it.
Thank you.
All right. Later, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.
Blind.
You've sat on the ground blind.
Oh, a ground blind.
Oh, like a ground
That
blind on
kind
the
of ground
ground.
blind.
Yeah, not one in the
Okay.
air.
Okay. What was I
Bless us.
thinking of? A layout blind.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm on antibiotics and cold medicine.
Yeah.
So,
That makes sense now.
yeah.
I just had
And ice cream.
Mexican food, so
Oh, fair enough. So we're about the same
That
place.
balances
we're
out.
at the same spot now.
Sinuses are clear.
Relaxed. And, all right, he's going to shoot it. It's like this deer's walking through the woods, and as a cameraman, you're trying to find it and get it focused and all that, and you're just breathing heavy.
Oh yeah, it's like
Just, can you do that again? I don't know who did that.
I don't know.